Question 1. Topic: Medicaid and Medicare. During a comprehensive review of a process that needs improvement, an elder law attorney is advising a client who recently transferred $50,000 to their grandchild as a gift. The client is now applying for Medicaid long-term care benefits. The attorney needs to assess the impact of this transfer on the client's eligibility under federal Medicaid laws. What is the most likely consequence? Asset transfer. A. The transfer will be disregarded if it was made more than 1 year before the Medicaid application. B. The client will face penalty period during which they will be ineligible for Medicaid long-term care coverage. C. The transfer can be reversed and the client can apply immediately without penalty. D. The Medicaid agency will reduce the client's benefits by the amount of the transfer but will not deny coverage entirely. Answer: B. The client will face a penalty period during which they will be ineligible for Medicaid long-term care coverage. Explanation: under 42 U.S.C. SS 1396(c), Medicaid has 5-year look-back period, meaning any transfers made within 5 years of the application date are reviewed for eligibility purposes. The $50,000 gift is considered an uncompensated transfer, which will result in penalty period of ineligibility. The length of the penalty period is determined by dividing the transferred amount by the state's average monthly cost of nursing home care. Option A is incorrect because the look-back period for Medicaid eligibility is 5 years, not 1 year. Option C is incorrect because while some states allow return transfers to mitigate penalties, the process is complex and does not guarantee immediate eligibility. Option D is incorrect because Medicaid does not merely reduce benefits. It enforces strict penalty period where the applicant must cover their own care costs before Medicaid coverage begins. Question 2. Topic: Elder abuse and exploitation. While investigating a complicated issue between different financial institutions, an attorney discovers that an 82-year-old woman has been pressured by her caregiver into signing over her house through a quitclaim deed. The woman now regrets the decision and claims she was coerced. Under elder financial exploitation laws, what legal recourse is most appropriate for the elderly woman? A. She can revoke the deed at any time since she is over the age of 80. B. She must prove that she lacked mental capacity at the time of signing to have the deed declared void. C. She can challenge the deed on grounds of undue influence and seek court intervention to reclaim her property. D. The transfer is irrevocable unless the caregiver voluntarily returns the property. Answer: C. She can challenge the deed on grounds of undue influence and seek court intervention to reclaim her property. Explanation: Elder financial exploitation laws, particularly those found in the Older Americans Act 42 U.S.C. SS 3001 et seq. and state-specific elder abuse statutes provide legal remedies for victims of coercion. Undue influence occurs when an individual exerts excessive pressure on an elder, taking advantage of their vulnerability. Courts assess factors such as isolation, dependency, and control exerted by the perpetrator. Option A is incorrect because age alone does not grant an automatic right to revoke deed. Legal grounds such as fraud or undue influence must be established. Option B is incorrect because while mental capacity is a relevant factor, proving undue influence does not always require finding of incapacity. Courts may void contracts if they determine coercion occurred. Option D is incorrect because the transfer is not necessarily irrevocable. Courts can intervene if coercion or fraud is proven. Question 3. Topic: Guardianship and conservatorship. In an environment where different components must interact to safeguard an elderly individual's interests, a 79-year-old man with progressive dementia refuses to appoint a power of attorney. His family believes he can no longer manage his finances or personal care. What is the most appropriate legal action for the family to take? A. The family must wait until he voluntarily consents to a guardianship arrangement. B. A court-appointed guardianship or conservatorship can be pursued based on his incapacity, even without his consent. C. The family can override his decisions and act on his behalf without a court order if they prove he is making poor financial choices. D. His physician can issue a statement declaring him incapacitated, which automatically transfers decision-making authority to the closest relative. Answer: B. A court-appointed guardianship or conservatorship can be pursued based on his incapacity, even without his consent. Explanation: Under Uniform Guardianship and Protective Proceedings Act (UGPA) and state-specific guardianship laws, a court can appoint a guardian for personal affairs or a conservator for financial matters when an individual is deemed incapacitated and unable to manage their own well-being. The court assesses, reports expert testimony and family input to determine if guardianship is necessary. Option A is incorrect because incapacity proceedings do not require voluntary consent from the elderly individual. Option C is incorrect because family members do not have an automatic right to act on an elder's behalf without court approval. Option D is incorrect because physician's statement alone does not grant legal authority. Court involvement is necessary to establish legal guardianship. Question 4. During a comprehensive review of a process that needs improvement, an elder law attorney is assessing a client's Medicaid eligibility for long-term care. The client, age 75, recently transferred $100,000 to their adult child within the last 2 years. Given Medicaid's look-back period, which of the following is the most likely outcome? A. The client's Medicaid application will be denied, and they will face penalty period due to the transfer. B. The client can immediately qualify for Medicaid because transfers to family members are exempt. C. The client will qualify for Medicaid, but the state will recover the $100,000 from the child after the client's death. D. The client can avoid any penalties if they provide a letter stating that the transfer was gift with known to qualify for Medicaid. Answer A. The client's Medicaid application will be denied and they will face penalty period due to the transfer. Explanation. Medicaid imposes 5-year look-back period on asset transfers to prevent applicants from deliberately impoverishing themselves to qualify for benefits under 42 U.S.C. SS 1396(c) of the Medicaid Act. If an applicant has transferred assets for less than fair market value within this period, they will be subject to penalty period during which they are ineligible for Medicaid coverage. Option correct answer. Since the client transferred $100,000 within 2 years, this falls within the 5-year look-back period. Medicaid will calculate penalty period based on the average cost of nursing home care in the client's state. Option B incorrect. Transfers to family members are not automatically exempt except for certain cases, e.g. transfers to spouse, disabled child, or trust for disabled individual under 65. Option C incorrect. Medicaid estate recovery programs MERP seek repayment after Medicaid recipient's death, but that applies to estate assets, not prior transfers. The penalty is applied before Medicaid eligibility. Option D incorrect. Letter stating the transfer was gift does not eliminate the penalty. Medicaid considers the actual transfer regardless of intent when determining eligibility. To avoid penalties, the client should have consulted an elder law attorney before transferring assets. Strategies such as Medicaid asset protection trusts, maps, or planning before the 5-year look-back period could have helped. Question 5. While analyzing the root causes of sequential problems in estate administration, a lawyer discovers that a recently deceased individual had both a revocable trust and a last will and testament. However, a significant portion of their assets were never retitled into the trust. What is the most likely legal outcome? A. The assets will automatically be transferred to the trust under the terms of the will. B. The assets must go through probate before they can be distributed according to the will. C. The assets will pass directly to the beneficiaries of the trust, even if not retitled. D. The assets will be considered part of the residuary estate and distributed per intestacy laws. Answer B. The assets must go through probate before they can be distributed according to the will. Explanation. A revocable living trust is designed to bypass probate by holding title to assets during the grantor's lifetime. However, if the decedent failed to retitle assets into the trust, common mistake, those assets remain in the individual's name at death and must go through probate. Option incorrect. Will cannot automatically transfer assets into trust. Instead, assets that are not already in the trust at death are subject to probate. A pour-over will can direct these assets into the trust, but probate is still required. Option B correct answer. Any assets not properly funded into the trust will have to go through probate before being distributed according to the will. This is a major reason why estate attorneys emphasize proper funding of trusts. Option C incorrect. Trust can only control assets that have been formally transferred into it. If an asset remains in the decedent's name, it does not automatically become part of the trust. Option D incorrect. Intestacy laws only apply when there is no valid will. Since the decedent had a will, the probate process will follow its terms. This scenario highlights the importance of proper estate planning. Regular reviews of asset titling and well-drafted pour-over will help prevent unintended probate complications. Question 6. In a situation where formal requirements conflict with practical realities, an elder law attorney is advising A client about appointing a guardian for their elderly parent who has early-stage dementia. The client wishes to avoid guardianship, citing concerns over legal costs and court oversight. Which alternative is the best legal option? A durable power of attorney and healthcare proxy, which can grant decision-making authority without court involvement. B. A limited guardianship, which only allows the guardian to make financial decisions. C. A full guardianship, which removes all decision-making rights from the elderly parent. D. A revocable trust, which allows the client to override any future decisions made by the elderly parent. Answer A. A durable power of attorney and healthcare proxy, which can grant decision-making authority without court involvement. Explanation. A guardianship is a court-supervised process that can be expensive and time-consuming. In many cases, less restrictive alternatives should be considered first. The best option is usually a durable power of attorney, DPOA, and healthcare proxy, which allow an individual to appoint someone to make financial and decisions without court involvement. Optional correct answer. A DPOA allows the appointed agent to handle financial matters, while a healthcare proxy or advance directive ensures medical decisions are handled according to the elder's wishes. These documents avoid court involvement unless challenged. Option B incorrect. Limited guardianship can be an option, but it still involves court oversight. It is usually used when a person can make some decisions, but not all. Option C incorrect. Full guardianship removes the elderly person's decision-making rights entirely and is only granted when no lesser alternative exists. Courts often prefer alternatives like DPOA unless full guardianship is necessary. Option D incorrect. Revocable trust can help manage financial assets, but does not cover healthcare decisions and does not provide way to override all future decisions of the elderly person. This question emphasizes the legal principle of least restrictive alternatives in elder law. Courts aim to preserve as much autonomy as possible, and proactive estate planning, such as setting up DPOA early, is the best way to avoid guardianship proceedings. Question 7. When implementing new protocols in a shared environment where different stakeholders have varying levels of compliance, a compliance officer discovers that one department routinely bypasses a key security measure. What is the best course of action to ensure adherence without disrupting operations? A. Impose strict penalties on the department to enforce immediate compliance. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand why the department is bypassing the security measure and address underlying issues. C. Require the department to submit daily compliance reports to upper management. D. Allow temporary exceptions for the department until they voluntarily adopt the measure. Answer. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand why the department is bypassing the security measure and address underlying issues. Explanation. When implementing new protocols, non-compliance often results from operational inefficiencies, lack of awareness, or technical limitations. Addressing these factors systematically ensures long-term adherence. Option is incorrect. While penalties can be a deterrent, they do not address why the department is non-compliant. This approach may lead to resistance and decreased morale. Option B, correct answer. A root cause analysis helps identify the reasons behind the bypass, whether they are workflow inefficiencies, lack of training, or misalignment with business needs. Addressing these factors ensures lasting compliance. Option C, incorrect. Requiring daily compliance reports may create administrative burden without solving the root problem. Option D, incorrect. Allowing temporary exceptions can lead to permanent non-compliance, undermining security policies. A combination of investigation, training, and process refinement is the best approach for sustainable compliance. Question 8. During an emergency response where multiple areas are impacted, a hospital's system experiences sudden cybersecurity attack, threatening access to electronic medical records. What immediate steps should the hospital cybersecurity team take? A. Shut down all its systems to prevent further damage. B. Isolate the affected systems while maintaining essential functions. C. Alert all staff to immediately stop using electronic systems. D. Focus on data restoration before investigating the attack. Answer. B. Isolate the affected systems while maintaining essential functions. Explanation. In a cybersecurity emergency, the priority is to contain the attack while ensuring critical functions, such as patient care, remain operational. Option was incorrect. Shutting down all its systems may disrupt essential medical operations, affecting patient safety. Option B, correct answer. Isolating affected systems prevents the spread of malware while keeping essential functions running. This approach follows incident response best practices. Option C, incorrect. Alerting staff without a coordinated response may cause panic and confusion, leading to further operational disruptions. Option D, incorrect. Data restoration should be a later step. First, the attack must be contained and analyzed to prevent reinfection. Hospitals must have robust cybersecurity response plans to mitigate risks while preserving patient care continuity. Question 9. In a high-stakes environment where multiple challenges must be addressed simultaneously, a corporate restructuring plan leads to significant staff reductions. How should leadership ensure a smooth transition while maintaining morale? A. Provide clear and transparent communication about the reasons for restructuring. B. Implement the changes immediately without prior notice to minimize resistance. C. Assign remaining staff additional responsibilities without additional compensation. D. Focus on new hiring to replace lost positions as quickly as possible. Answer A. Provide clear and transparent communication about the reasons for restructuring. Explanation. Corporate restructuring often creates uncertainty and anxiety among employees. Transparent communication builds trust and facilitates a smoother transition. Option is a correct answer. Open communication about the why and how of restructuring reduces speculation and improves employee engagement. Option B, incorrect. Sudden implementation without notice erodes trust and may lead to higher turnover and disengagement. Option C, incorrect. Overburdening remaining staff can cause burnout and reduced productivity. Option D, incorrect. Hiring replacements immediately without assessing operational needs can worsen financial instability. A structured approach with communication, support programs, and transition plans ensures a more effective restructuring process. Question 10. During a major transformation where existing methods are being phased out in favor of automation, employees express concerns about job security and resistance to change. What is the most effective way for management to address these concerns? A. Assure employees that automation will not impact their jobs, even if that may not be entirely accurate. B. Provide transparency about the changes and invest in training programs for employees to adapt. C. Implement the automation immediately without discussions to prevent delays. D. Offer financial incentives to employees who do not resist the transition. Answer. B. Provide transparency about the changes and invest in training programs for employees to adapt. Explanation. When organizations introduce automation, employee resistance often comes from fear of job loss and uncertainty. Optional incorrect. Giving false assurances damages credibility. If automation does lead to job changes, employees will feel betrayed. Option B, correct answer. Transparency and upskilling initiatives help employees see opportunities in the transformation, reducing fear and encouraging participation. Option C, incorrect. Forcing automation without discussions leads to friction, reduced morale, and possible employee attrition. Option D, incorrect. Financial incentives alone do not address skill gaps or concerns about long-term career stability. The best approach is open communication and skill development to help employees transition smoothly. Question 11. While analyzing the root causes of sequential problems in a supply chain, a logistics company discovers that inventory discrepancies are causing frequent delivery delays. What should be the company's first step in resolving the issue? A. Increase warehouse staff to improve tracking efficiency. B. Conduct a full audit to identify patterns in the inventory discrepancies. C. Switch to a new supplier immediately to reduce potential delays. D. Penalize employees responsible for incorrect inventory counts. Answer. B. Conduct a full audit to identify patterns in the inventory discrepancies. Explanation. Inventory discrepancies can stem from multiple causes, including data entry errors, process inefficiencies, or supplier inconsistencies. Option will incorrect. Increasing warehouse staff does not address the root cause. It only adds resources without fixing the underlying issue. Option B, correct answer. A full audit helps pinpoint where and why discrepancies occur, whether it's from mismatched records, poor tracking, or system errors. Option C, incorrect. Switching suppliers without investigating internal issues may not resolve the discrepancy and can introduce new complications. Option D, incorrect. Penalizing employees without understanding the cause may lead to low morale and further issues. Structured audit and root cause analysis is the best first step toward long-term solution. Question 12. When developing a solution that must address opposing needs from multiple departments, a manager must balance security and ease of access to company data. What is the most effective approach? A. Implement strict security protocols that prevent any unauthorized access, even if it reduces efficiency. B. Prioritize ease of access over security to ensure a smooth workflow. C. Develop a role-based access system that allows different levels of access based on user needs. D. Allow each department to create its own access policies based on their individual preferences. Answer: C. Develop a role-based access system that allows different levels of access based on user needs. Explanation: balancing security and efficiency requires a structured approach that ensures data protection while minimizing workflow disruptions. Option was incorrect. Overly strict security may reduce operational efficiency, causing delays and frustration. Option B incorrect. Prioritizing ease of access over security increases risks such as data breaches or insider threats. Option C correct answer. A role-based access control (RBAC) system ensures users only access what they need, improving both security and efficiency. Option D incorrect. Allowing each department to set its own rules leads to inconsistent security policies and potential vulnerabilities. RBAC is a widely accepted best practice for balancing data security and accessibility. Question 13. In a multi-location scenario where consistency requirements are critical, a retail chain notices that customer service ratings vary significantly between stores. What should the company do to standardize customer experience? A. Implement a strict identical script for all customer interactions. B. Conduct training programs while allowing flexibility based on local customer needs. C. Transfer low-rated employees to different locations. D. Rely solely on digital surveys to assess customer satisfaction. Answer: B. Conduct training programs while allowing flexibility based on local customer needs. Explanation: for large organizations with multiple locations, achieving consistency in customer service requires both structured training and adaptability. Option was incorrect. A strict script can make interactions feel robotic and impersonal, reducing engagement. Option B correct answer. Training ensures consistency while local flexibility allows customization for different markets. Option C incorrect. Transferring employees does not address root causes and may create low morale. Option D incorrect. Surveys alone identify problems but do not solve them. A structured yet flexible training program is the best approach. Question 14. During a seamless transition where continuity must be maintained, a financial institution is upgrading its core banking system. What is the most effective way to minimize disruptions? A. Shut down all operations temporarily to ensure a smooth migration. B. Conduct the upgrade in phases with rigorous testing before each step. C. Implement the upgrade overnight without notifying customers. D. Allow only the team to handle the upgrade without input from other departments. Answer: B. Conduct the upgrade in phases with rigorous testing before each step. Explanation: for critical financial systems, a phased upgrade ensures minimal downtime and operational continuity. Option is incorrect. Shutting down operations disrupts business and inconveniences customers. Option B correct answer. Phased implementation allows controlled testing, reducing risks. Option C incorrect. Implementing overnight without notification could lead to unexpected failures and customer dissatisfaction. Option D incorrect. Excluding non-IT teams ignores operational concerns, leading to process gaps. A well-planned phased upgrade is the best approach for business continuity. Question 15. In an environment where different components must interact seamlessly, a manufacturer is introducing IT-based automation. What is the key factor to ensure successful implementation? A. Focus solely on software integration and assume hardware will adapt. B. Train employees on both the benefits and operation of the new system. C. Replace all existing equipment with IT-enabled versions immediately. D. Rely on external vendors to handle all integration challenges. Answer: B. Train employees on both the benefits and operation of the new system. Explanation: IT-based automation requires both technical integration and workforce adaptation. Option were incorrect. Hardware and software must be aligned. Ignoring hardware can cause failures. Option B correct answer. Training employees ensures proper adoption, reduces resistance, and improves efficiency. Option C incorrect. Immediate replacement is costly and disruptive. Option D incorrect. External vendors help, but relying entirely on them removes internal control and adaptability. Well-trained workforce is essential for smooth integration. Question 16. When implementing new protocols in a shared environment, an organization must ensure compliance with industry regulations while maintaining operational flexibility. What is the best approach to achieve this balance? A. Apply strict compliance rules without considering operational impact. B. Develop adaptable policies that meet regulatory standards and allow necessary modifications. C. Allow different departments to set their own compliance rules. D. Focus solely on operational efficiency, assuming regulators will adjust accordingly. Answer: B. Develop adaptable policies that meet regulatory standards and allow necessary modifications. Explanation: balancing compliance and operational flexibility requires a structured yet adaptable approach. Optional incorrect. Overly rigid compliance may hinder productivity and create bottlenecks. Option B, correct answer. Adaptive policies ensure compliance while allowing necessary adjustments for smooth operations. Option C, incorrect. Letting departments set their own compliance rules can lead to inconsistencies and legal risks. Option D, incorrect. Ignoring compliance exposes the organization to legal penalties and reputational damage. An adaptable compliance framework ensures both efficiency and regulatory adherence. Question 17. In a high-stakes environment where multiple challenges must be addressed simultaneously, a project manager is facing unexpected delays, budget overruns, and shifting priorities. What is the best way to handle this situation? A. Prioritize budget control over project completion. B. Reassess project goals, reallocate resources, and establish a clear timeline. C. Rush project completion to meet deadlines, even if quality suffers. D. Pause all project activities until additional funding is secured. Answer: B. Reassess project goals, reallocate resources, and establish a clear timeline. Explanation: managing high-stakes projects requires strategic reassessment and resource optimization. Option is incorrect. Prioritizing budget without addressing project execution may lead to failure. Option B, correct answer. Reevaluating goals and adjusting resources ensures sustainable progress. Option C, incorrect. Rushing without proper planning increases the risk of errors and failure. Option D, incorrect. Pausing all activities can worsen delays and create uncertainty. A structured reassessment approach is the most effective strategy. Question 18. While investigating a complicated issue between different departments, leadership finds that conflicting priorities are causing delays. What should be the first step in resolving this conflict? A. Force all departments to adopt a single priority list. B. Facilitate a meeting to align goals and establish common objectives. C. Assign blame to the department responsible for the delays. D. Increase the budget to accommodate all priorities equally. Answer: B. Facilitate a meeting to align goals and establish common objectives. Explanation: conflicting priorities often result from misalignment in goals and lack of communication. Optional incorrect. Forcing a single priority list may ignore department-specific needs. Option B, correct answer. Facilitating discussions helps align objectives and improves collaboration. Option C, incorrect. Assigning blame creates hostility and worsens conflicts. Option D, incorrect. Increasing the budget does not solve prioritization conflicts. A collaborative goal-setting approach is the best resolution strategy. Question 19. During an emergency response where multiple areas are impacted, a disaster recovery team must quickly allocate resources. What is the most effective strategy? A. Prioritize resource distribution based on the most critical needs. B. Distribute resources equally across all impacted areas. C. Wait for a complete assessment before allocating any resources. D. Focus only on short-term recovery and address long-term issues later. Answer: A. Prioritize resource distribution based on the most critical needs. Explanation: effective emergency response requires prioritization based on critical needs. Option equals a correct answer. Prioritizing high-risk areas ensures maximum impact and lives saved. Option B, incorrect. Equal distribution may lead to inefficient resource use. Option C, incorrect. Waiting too long can worsen the situation. Option D, incorrect. Ignoring long-term recovery can create future vulnerabilities. A needs-based prioritization ensures effective crisis management. Question 20. When scaling up operations that experience significant workflow inefficiencies, what is the best method to maintain productivity? A. Automate repetitive tasks while optimizing human resource allocation. B. Increase workforce size without changing operational structure. C. Implement strict oversight on all tasks to control efficiency. D. Expand production capacity without addressing inefficiencies. Answer A. Automate repetitive tasks while optimizing human resource allocation. Explanation. Scaling operations effectively requires efficiency improvements. Option was the correct answer. Automation reduces manual workload, allowing employees to focus on high-value tasks. Option B, incorrect. Increasing workforce without structural improvements can increase costs without solving inefficiencies. Option C, incorrect. Strict oversight can lead to micromanagement and low morale. Option D, incorrect. Expanding production without process improvements can exacerbate inefficiencies. A combination of automation and resource optimization ensures sustainable scalability. Question 21. During the introduction of new methods where coordination is required across multiple teams, resistance arises due to uncertainty. What is the best way to address this? A. Provide clear explanations and involve teams in the transition process. B. Enforce the new methods strictly without team input. C. Replace employees resistant to change. D. Delay implementation until resistance disappears. Answer A. Provide clear explanations and involve teams in the transition process. Explanation. Change resistance stems from uncertainty and lack of involvement. Option was the correct answer. Involving teams ensures better understanding and buy-in. Option B, incorrect. Strict enforcement may lead to low morale and higher resistance. Option C, incorrect. Replacing employees is costly and does not address root causes. Option D, incorrect. Delaying implementation can weaken momentum and increase resistance. Transparent communication and team involvement are key to smooth adoption. Question 22. In a situation where formal requirements conflict with practical constraints, what is the best approach? A. Identify a compromise that meets both regulatory and operational needs. B. Follow requirements strictly regardless of practicality. C. Ignore formal requirements to improve efficiency. D. Delay operations until requirements are changed. Answer A. Identify a compromise that meets both regulatory and operational needs. Explanation. Conflicts between formal regulations and practical challenges require balanced solutions. Option was the correct answer. Finding a compromise ensures compliance while maintaining efficiency. Option B, incorrect. Rigid adherence may hinder practical execution. Option C, incorrect. Ignoring regulations leads to legal risks. Option D, incorrect. Delaying operations can increase costs and inefficiencies. A flexible compliance strategy is the most effective solution. Question 23. While examining inconsistencies across various units, a company discovers that different teams follow slightly varied procedures for the same task. What is the best approach to resolve these inconsistencies? A. Enforce a single uniform procedure across all units without exception. B. Identify the most efficient practices and standardize them while allowing minor flexibility. C. Allow each unit to continue its preferred method without intervention. D. Penalize teams that deviate from the company's standard policies. Answer B. Identify the most efficient practices and standardize them while allowing minor flexibility. Explanation. When different units follow inconsistent procedures, it can lead to inefficiencies and errors. Option will incorrect. A strict one-size-fits-all approach may reduce flexibility and efficiency. Option B, correct answer. Analyzing best practices and establishing a core standard while allowing some flexibility ensures efficiency and adaptability. Option C, incorrect. Ignoring inconsistencies can lead to miscommunication and quality issues. Option D, incorrect. Penalizing teams discourages innovation and creates resistance to change. A balanced standardization approach ensures both efficiency and adaptability. Question 24. During a major transformation where existing methods must be upgraded, employees express concerns about the transition. How should leadership address these concerns? A. Dismiss employee concerns and push forward with the transformation. B. Provide clear communication, training, and support throughout the transition. C. Delay the transformation indefinitely until concerns disappear. D. Implement the new methods immediately without informing employees. Answer B. Provide clear communication, training, and support throughout the transition. Explanation. Transformations can cause uncertainty, so effective communication and training are crucial. Option will incorrect. Ignoring concerns increases resistance and lowers morale. Option B, correct answer. Addressing concerns with clear communication and training helps employees adapt smoothly. Option C, incorrect. Delaying indefinitely can lead to project stagnation. Option D, incorrect. Implementing changes without preparation may result in confusion and mistakes. An engaged and well-supported workforce ensures successful transitions. Question 25. In a situation where resource allocation becomes a major challenge due to shifting priorities, what is the most effective solution? A. Increase funding for all departments equally. B. Prioritize resources based on business impact and critical needs. C. Allocate resources based on senior management preferences. D. Distribute resources randomly to maintain neutrality. Answer: B. Prioritize resources based on business impact and critical needs. Explanation: effective resource allocation requires strategic prioritization. Optional incorrect. Increasing funding equally may not address urgent needs. Option B. Correct answer. Allocating resources based on impact and urgency ensures efficiency and effectiveness. Option C. Incorrect. Allocating based on management preferences may ignore critical needs. Option D. Incorrect. Random distribution leads to inefficiencies and potential failure. A needs-based prioritization approach ensures optimal resource utilization. Question 26. When developing a solution that must address opposing needs from multiple stakeholders, what is the best strategy? A. Choose the most powerful stakeholder's preference. B. Find balanced approach that satisfies key requirements from all parties. C. Ignore stakeholder concerns and implement predefined solution. D. Let stakeholders resolve their conflicts independently. Answer: B. Find a balanced approach that satisfies key requirements from all parties. Explanation: conflicting stakeholder needs require a balanced resolution strategy. Optional is incorrect. Prioritizing one stakeholder alienates others and creates conflict. Option B. Correct answer. A compromise-driven solution ensures broad acceptance and long-term success. Option C. Incorrect. Ignoring concerns can lead to pushback and low adoption. Option D. Incorrect. Allowing conflicts to resolve themselves may cause delays and poor decision-making. A collaborative, compromise-based approach ensures stakeholder satisfaction and project success. Question 27. During a seamless transition where continuity must be maintained, a company is introducing new technology. What is the best way to ensure minimal disruption? A. Implement the new technology immediately without transition planning. B. Develop a phased implementation plan with backup strategies. C. Force all employees to use the new technology immediately. D. Delay the implementation indefinitely to avoid risk. Answer: B. Develop a phased implementation plan with backup strategies. Explanation: smooth technology transitions require careful planning. Optional incorrect. Sudden implementation may cause confusion and resistance. Option B. Correct answer. A phased approach with backups ensures continuity and minimal disruption. Option C. Incorrect. Forcing immediate adoption increases resistance and stress. Option D. Incorrect. Delaying indefinitely prevents progress and innovation. A structured, gradual implementation ensures successful transitions. Question 28. In an environment where different components must interact seamlessly, what is the best method to ensure compatibility? A. Rely on trial and error until compatibility issues are resolved. B. Establish clear integration standards and conduct thorough testing. C. Assume components will work together as expected. D. Require each team to independently resolve compatibility issues. Answer: B. Establish clear integration standards and conduct thorough testing. Explanation: ensuring system compatibility requires clear integration processes. Optional incorrect. Trial and error can be time-consuming and inefficient. Option B. Correct answer. Standardized integration protocols and testing ensure seamless interactions. Option C. Incorrect. Assuming compatibility without verification leads to errors and failures. Option D. Incorrect. Allowing teams to work independently may create inconsistencies. Well-defined integration standards are key to system compatibility. Question 29. While managing a hybrid approach where timing issues affect workflow, what is the most effective strategy? A. Implement flexible scheduling and real-time communication tools. B. Require all teams to follow a strict, uniform schedule. C. Ignore timing issues and expect teams to adjust. D. Reduce hybrid work options to avoid complexity. Answer A. Implement flexible scheduling and real-time communication tools. Explanation: a hybrid work model requires timing coordination and flexibility. Optional's correct answer. Flexible schedules and real-time tools improve workflow efficiency. Option B. Incorrect. A strict schedule may reduce flexibility and create productivity issues. Option C. Incorrect. Ignoring timing issues causes miscommunication. Option D, incorrect. Reducing hybrid options removes benefits of flexibility. A well-managed hybrid approach ensures efficiency and collaboration. Question 30. In a multi-location scenario where consistency requirements must be met, what is the best approach? A. Allow each location to develop its own independent procedures. B. Establish centralized policies with local adaptation flexibility. C. Require all locations to follow identical procedures with no adjustments. D. Ignore consistency requirements and focus on individual location needs. Answer: B. Establish centralized policies with local adaptation flexibility. Explanation: maintaining consistency across multiple locations requires a balance between standardization and flexibility. Option is incorrect. Independent procedures reduce consistency and can lead to operational inefficiencies. Option B, correct answer. A centralized framework with adaptation flexibility ensures both consistency and local relevance. Option C, incorrect. Rigid uniformity may ignore local operational differences. Option D, incorrect. Ignoring consistency can create brand and operational risks. A standardized but adaptable approach ensures effective multi-location management.